Welcome to Easy Peasy Books, From Author to Authority, the lively and engaging podcast for business professionals who've always believed they have a book in them. I'm your host, Gillian Whitney. Join me as I chat with authors and industry experts from all around the world to explore simple strategies to write, publish, and leverage your business book. Whether you're an entrepreneur, executive, or an employee, this podcast is for you. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Easy Peasy Books podcast. And this is going to be my final episode for 2025. And I am recording this prior to New Year's Eve, and we're winding down 25 and looking forward to 2026. And last episode, I talked about giving during this holiday season of Christmas and Hanukkah, that this is an awesome time to actually be giving books as a gift. And I talked about giving, a shout out to other self-published authors or any business books that appeal to you. And think about giving the gift of learning as that gift to friends and colleagues and clients, and just paying that thought leadership forward and helping people reach their goals by having a good book. And this week, I want to kind of take it a little step further, in that what I want you to think of is where you are at today. I'd like you to fast forward in your time machine to 1 year from now. And if you to sit and to think, where do you want to be this time next year? And with last week's episode in mind, would you like to be giving your book to clients? Because we talked about giving other people's business books to clients and colleagues and friends and whatnot. But fast forward a year from now, would you like to be holding a book in your hot little hand that you are now giving to clients, or being tech savvy and drop shipping your book via Amazon? So let's break it down in terms of, where you're at in your author's journey. So if you're a prospective author, perhaps you have been rolling this whole idea in your head for a long time, like me. I took 21 years with, Queen of the Unfinished Manuscripts. Of every year, I would get to this time of year and I would just get a pit in my stomach by going, another year, I did not get that book written, and it was just like, I felt like I was like rinse, repeat. It was just the same thing every year, year after year after year. But I didn't let the prior story continue to define me. And 1 year I actually said, no more, I'm not going to do it. And for me, I've often shared, I was invited on a podcast, and the podcaster said to me, hey, I love to have people talk about books. He loved books. He goes, I love people to recommend reads that they think are good, especially business books, whatever, or any kind of book, actually, he said. And, and feel free to mention your own book. And it's like, that hit me like just a pit in my stomach of going, you don't have a book to recommend. And for me, that was the catalyst. It was just like, I will not do this again. I am not going to get to, the end of this year and not have my business book. And the thing is that if you are sitting out there and you're thinking to yourself, yes, Gillian, I would like to have my business book. Just remember, it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. This is the Easy Peasy Books podcast. Writing your book can be easy peasy. And just remember, not all authors are writers. So if you're the kind of person who, you're more comfortable picking up your phone and dictating your book, or you want to do it the real easy peasy way, then go ahead and repurpose that existing content you have already had. If you've been podcasting, if you've been a podcast guest, If you're a podcast host, then you got a ton of material. But if you're even just a podcast guest, you probably have some awesome episodes where you have been on other people's show sharing your brilliance with the world. Well, that can be in a book. If you've given a talk or you've done a course, that is awesome content that could be a book. So just know maybe you like to write blog articles. Maybe you got a LinkedIn newsletter and you go, gosh, if I look at all the stuff I've done in my LinkedIn newsletter, yes, could I turn that into a book? Yes, yes, yes. And I have helped people do that. So just know that writing a book, authoring a book, you don't have to go it alone. That there is help. There is help. So prospective author, a year from now, do you want to finally have that book done in your hot little hands, wrapping it up as a gift for someone? Think about it. Now, what if you're an author and you have, you've written a book, but you're like, you're doing what I call selling from the heels, which means you don't really tell people about it. You don't have it listed like right top of mind, on your LinkedIn profile. And there's probably a reason for that. Maybe it's got like, a tacky cover. It's like, I really should update that cover. It's like I used, Microsoft Word clip art and it looks like it. Well, go get yourself a professional cover. But a lot of times, maybe your business has evolved. You've changed brands. Maybe you have a book on a particular topic that no longer really represents you. So you might say, well, but it's still good content. So maybe you could like update it with make it a new and revised, new and expanded. You might want to add things into it, or you might want to just frame it differently, that it's like this book was about, for me, my first book was about video. So mine was all about feeling more comfortable on camera. And I did another book about video and job seekers. Well, I don't help people with video anymore, but I still help people with video marketing for their books. So I might want to take that content and I might want to reframe it and make it for the audience of authors, instead of, using video in your job search, which is one of the books that I made. Maybe it would be using video in your author's journey. And, don't note this out. That's actually a really good idea. And I might want to take that book and take the core content, but repackage it and do that. And a lot of times, you don't even want to do that whole expanded thing and putting it in a different brand and pivoting with your business. Maybe it's just, back then there were things that we don't have today, or we have new tools. So for instance, I don't know how many people I have talked with recently that want to kind of put that fresh coat of paint on their book because of AI. AI didn't exist when they wrote their book. And so now they're saying with all, ChatGPT and Claude and, Perplexity and all these different programs out there, maybe I want to include that inside my book. Maybe I want to talk about social media platforms that, Blue Sky or, whatever the different platforms you're now using that maybe you didn't use before. Maybe you were all in on Twitter, but Twitter's changed. Now it's X, and you're just like, I talk so much about Twitter and now I'd like to change that. Maybe I don't even use X anymore. So I want to X it out of my book. There's many, many reasons why you might want to revise your book. And then maybe you want a new format. So it could be that when you first did your book, you did a paperback. And now you're realizing, I think I should add an ebook. So I want to add that into my goals, that I want to add I want to add an ebook. Maybe you want to add an audiobook now. That's something that you didn't tackle before. So that's another thing. You might have done the ebook, but not done the paperback edition. And you might think, well, because I didn't want all the hassle of, working with a publisher and a printing house to do my book. Well, now print on demand is like, it's just so sweet. It's lovely. So you could take that content from your ebook and you could have your book professionally formatted and typesetting. It's something that we can do for you at Easy Peasy Books. But you could have that now put as a print on demand book on Amazon. And again, if your book was done like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, print on demand was not such an easy peasy thing as it is now. So again, think about the format. Do I want to just add an additional format out there? So these are all things to think about if you're an author with an existing book. Another thing too, go back And if you have a book that you're happy with the cover, you're happy with the content, but it's just not selling, it's maybe you need to have a fresh coat of paint on your Amazon listing. Maybe you need to go and just say, does my book, your Amazon description, I hate to tell it to you, that is a sales page. And you might be thinking about that and think, if I kind of know now, do I need to refresh that? Do I have any content? Do I have an Amazon authors page? A lot of times people don't have an Amazon authors page. And so that's a big thing to think of as well. Do you want to update that? Do you want to update the keywords? Is it in the right category? I worked with someone recently who realized their book was totally in the wrong category. It got put into a parenting category and it had nothing to do with raising children. But based on the title, Amazon just assumed that was what the book was about. And so just doing that refresh of the category and the keywords could just do so much for your book. So that's something to think about as well. So if you're an author, think about, do I need to update the book? Do I need to update the listing? Do I need to update the cover? There's so many different pieces that could maybe take a book that's a little bit stalled and then give it a bit of a boost. And then the third category would be, maybe you are an existing author, you have a book out there, you're really proud of it. Maybe you've done a collaborative book where you're one of many authors, and so you feel you've had that taste of being an author, but now it's time to make your own book. And so you might be like me, the queen of the manuscripts. I have so many manuscripts, and I have a new book that's going to be coming out in the first quarter of 2026. And I implore the same to you. Think about, is there some books that you've kind of been rolling around in the back of your head and you would say, this is a signature talk I give. It's time for me to turn that into a book, because it is something that I wish I could give my clients every time I sit down and meet with them. And it would make my life so much easier. I could cut out some of my discovery calls by just sending them this book. So think about, maybe there's a mini book you want to do, and it's not going to be a gigantic book. It's just going to be a sweet little mini book. And you just say 2026, that could be the time when I want to make that book come out there. So that's sort of 3 instances of where a year from now, it would be absolutely doable for you to have your book. I always believe in the Disneyland Fast Pass anyways. I don't believe that it should take 2 years for you to do a book. It's like, you want to write the book, you want to make sure it's edited, you want to make sure it's got proper formatting and typesetting, and it's all, good to go. You got your paperback at least, and then your ebook, and then it's up on Amazon. And then, of course, now you're going into the marketing and the launch of your book. That all could easily be done 6 months to a year. So that's my belief. That's my personal belief. So here's what I want you to think about. This time next year, where do you want to be? Do you want to have that book in hand that you can give to clients? And I'm just going to leave you with this. A book, a business book especially, is more than a marketing tool. It is a marketing tool. I often refer to it as your business card on steroids, but it's actually more than a marketing tool, because your book is actually a bridge that allows you to connect with other people. And I often tell people, when I am reading a book, especially when it is somebody I know, that person is in my head. I hear their voice. One of the first people I ever had this with was John Asperian, when he had done Content DNA, and I read that. And I remember literally, I could hear John's accent, from the UK. I could hear him. I literally felt like John was in my head. And then it was actually awesome. John actually went on to make an audio book, which he has as well. So literally I could have John in my head if I wanted to, with all his just lovely way that he speaks. But even for those people who don't do audiobooks, if I read your book and I know who you are, I automatically hear your voice in my head. And it keeps you top of mind. I hear your words. They go into my memory. I remember that you said that those wise words, that wonderful advice that you gave me. And so that's what I want you to really do, the takeaway. Books are a wonderful gift that we can give people that is more than what we can buy. It's a message that we can share with them. And the message only you can share with somebody. That's what's so important with a book. And just remember, books are the ultimate way to connect people to you and ultimately your business and what you have to offer. So once again, I'll leave you with that. Think, reflect on that, see if it resonates for you of where do you want to be a year from now? And do you want to be holding a revised book, a new book, or whatever in your hot little hands that you are gifting to somebody else? Thank you very much. And I look forward to talking with you again in the new year. Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Easy Peasy Books, From Author to Authority. If you found value in today's episode, I'd be grateful if you could leave us a review. It helps other aspiring authors discover our podcast. To learn more about writing, publishing, and leveraging your business book, visit my website at easypeasybooks.com.